Hi, I'm Blueprint POE, and in this video I want to discuss the idea of archetype blueprint. So, what is the archetype blueprint in Path of Exile? The archetype blueprint is basically something that once you have it, you can apply it over and over again to together with the understanding of systems and rules to make any build you want. Okay? And first, before I show you the archetype blueprint, I want to explain to you how I discovered it in first place. And to do that, we have to go quickly to the game for a little bit. So now we are in the game, and I'm basically Path of Exile has 6 different systems, right? So what are those systems? It's the avatar, it is the gear, it's monsters, gems, and also it's the skill tree, passive skill tree, right? And also the map system. Each of those systems is built out of keywords, and together uh, what they do is basically uh, add they basically once we add all the gems, all the gear onto the character, then what will happen, we'll have a list. So what will happen, we'll have a list of keywords, and that list of keywords is basically the definition of our build. For example, if I want to accurately describe this current build, let's say it's a burning arrow bow build, right? So the keywords that we have on this current character are bow. Bow comes with critical strike chance, so it's crit. It has attack speed, so it's attack speed. The burning arrow gem adds attack, projectile, fire, bow, and ignite keywords. And we have life and mana. Okay, so that would be the accurate description of this current character. And if I would play this character further in the campaign and just add more gear, more gems onto it, I would have basically just a longer list of keywords, right? So if I add hours, then that would add our keywords onto the list, right? And basically, I can take notes of all the keywords while I'm leveling for this build, right? For this bow build. And then I can do the same on other archetypes. I can do that on slam build, on strike build, caster build, totem, minion builds. And then what I can do is once I have all the keywords for all the different archetypes, I can look for common patterns and basically simplify it into the archetype blueprint, which you can then use together with the understanding of systems and rules, which I will teach in this channel, to make any build you want. Okay, so I will show you now the archetype blueprint. So this is the archetype blueprint, and it's very easy. And we can say that there are 3 different types of groups of keywords. So the first one are avatar keywords, which are basically attributes plus mana. Believe it or not, attributes are actually the most important. It's actually the most important keyword out of everything, but it's a bit complicated. I'll have to make more videos about it. But mana, yeah, every character has a mana, and yeah, I'm aware of the keystones mechanic that can also remove certain keywords from this. For example, if I click blood magic on the skill tree, then mana keyword will actually be removed. So there are ways of removing keywords as well, and also alter the function. For example, mana can be also altered with the Mind Over Meta, so it's not only for casting spells, and but also as a effective life point, right? But that by side. So let's focus on the damage keywords, right? Which is by far the like they are basically what we need to do when we are leveling. So while we are leveling, we want to focus to scale every keyword, solve every keyword one by one until they work, right? And the first keywords you would need to do is basically base damage, okay? If we break down the base damage keyword, which is hit and or dot, is basically flat, increase and more. So while leveling, we want to focus when we want to solve this keyword, we have to get as much flat, increase and more from all the different sources, right? Accuracy, so that's basically for attacks only. Action speed, so that's attack speed, cast speed, crit, right? And to get a base damage, accuracy, action speed, and crit, those are the base damage calculation keywords, right? The basic damage calculation keywords, I call it. And every build will have it, unless you click on Resolve Technique that will remove, for example, critical or accuracy, right? But then you get the benefit, right? So generally, you don't want to uh, not scale a keyword if you don't get the benefit out of it, like using, for example, result technique or something like that. But that's a topic for another time. So every build will have the main hand and the offhand keywords, right? So if you equip an bow, then or an axe, that will add those keywords onto the character, and you can make those keywords and also work on the skill tree or generally on the different systems. So for caster, obviously the weapon type doesn't matter. For damage, um, the damage of caster doesn't scale off the weapon. That's what I should say more accurately. So and obviously gem keywords. So gem keywords are basically any keywords that are on the gem, right? And family keywords. Okay, so what's the concept of family keywords? So if I use a fire skill, because fire can ignite, ignite is a family skill of fire, right? So basically by adding fire, I automatically add ignite. And the same goes if I play lightning, I automatically add shock, unless I use the support gem, uh, elemental focus, I think, that removes the element from it, right? So and then what we need to understand that every skill has enabling keywords. Okay, so what are enabling keywords? Enabling keywords are if you play a skill, um, that skill will do one thing better and something else it will do worse. For example, a strike skill that only strikes one target will need some form of enabling to clear many packs of monsters, right? Or big packs of monsters. So, and to do that, you need to spend resources to enable that skill's clear. For example, you can do it by using melee splash on the skill tree, right? And another simple example would be um, enabling the clear of a cold skill by by freezing and using Herald of Ice, right? So for every skill, you will have some form of enabling. Uh, what it is, you will find out when you actually play the skill and you understand the skill, right? And then we have the defenses, right? So those are the defenses that you have to defend yourself against basically what the monsters can do and everything. So effective life pool, so that's life and energy shield and mana if you have Mind over Meta. Global defenses, so that's energy shield, um, evasion, and also armor, right? Sustain, so that's like uh, things like life regen, life reach, flask, life flask effect, and also you have recharge and AS leech and stuff like that. So mechanical defenses, those are basically any defenses that are either avoidance of damage or reduction of damage. So typical damage reduction would be mechanic would be like spell suppression or uh, maximum elemental resistances. and avoidance mechanic that would be, for example, block, right? Um, and because the monster can inflict elements, so they can shock, ignite, chill, freeze, bleed, poison you, and stuff like that, you need some element. You need to have. You need to defend yourself against these elements, okay? And because monster can stun you, you need some form of stun defense and curse, also curse defense, right? So that is the archetype blueprint, and Path of Exile in its core is a keyword puzzle game, okay? Real Path of Exile. So that means that you have all these keywords, and by understanding the systems and understanding the rules, in which I will be talking more detail later in this on my channel, and then you can basically make a build, right? And each keyword is just basically like a puzzle, right? And Path of Exile has limited resources, okay? So what are the limited resources? So you have the passive skill tree, 123 points. You have flasks, you have gear, you have gems, right? And those are your limited resources, and the game is specifically balanced so that you are able to solve every single keyword of your character, right? Into those limited resources, right? And that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed, and I guess if you are still here, you can be looking forward to future videos of me actually showcasing how to apply this archetype blueprint to make any build you want. Okay, so thanks, and I think that's it. Goodbye.